7:27 and let's talk darts, because there was disappointment for Wales's Jonny Clayton last night. He was aiming to become the PDC World Matchday champion for the first time, but the Ferret, as he's known, was beaten by England's Nathan Aspinall 18-6. Well, Dylan Williams, who runs the Darts Cymru Twitter account, was watching. Good morning, Dylan.
Hiya, bore da, Catrin.
Yeah, bore da. Well, real disappointment for Jonny Clayton yesterday, but his opponent, well, he hit some form at the right time, let's put it like that.
Yeah. You know, Aspinall, he produced an inspired display, to be fair, didn't he? And he delivered a darting masterclass, you know, in the biggest match of his life, and last night's showpiece final. You know, for people who are familiar with Jonny, you know, one of his mottos is, you know, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But unfortunately, you know, the darting gods weren't on his side last night, and he admitted at the end, you know, he couldn't argue with the result, and he was beaten by the better player. You know, if we look back at the match itself, I thought Jonny came out of the blocks very well, and the pair shared the opening 10 legs, but the match well and truly turned on its head, you know, in that third mini session when Aspinall made his move and he reeled off 11 consecutive legs in a period where he limited Jonny to you know, only a handful of darts at double. But you know, there's never an ounce of quit in Jonny, and to be fair, he fought to the very end. And if we look back, you know, did he play poorly? No, I thought he played well last night. He just couldn't live with Nathan in that sort of purple patch.
Yeah, and I'm sure when he reflects on it, maybe in a few weeks' time, he'll realise that it's been a real good run for him at Blackpool's Winter Gardens, hasn't it, over the last few days?
Oh, yes. And, you know, if we look back at history, it hasn't been a happy hunting ground for him. But this week, you know, composure, consistency were the two attributes, I'd say, that had seen him plot his way to the final, and we saw him get stronger with every display. And for people who've been watching, you know, that it's been obvious he's been fuelled, you know, by the desire to triumph, by the fact that his father is very ill.
Yeah, tell us more about that, because it's been at the back of his mind, hasn't it, over the past few days?
Oh, it has. You know, the emotion has come through in every post-match interview, and it can't have been easy. You know, the match play is one of those tournaments where, you know, it's called match play because they're long matches, you know, first to 13, first to 16, first to 18 last night. And I can't imagine how difficult it's been for him. You know, he's been saying he's been on FaceTime to his father, getting very sort of emotional messages. So again, that makes the achievement even bigger in my sort of mind. You know, it's not only has he been fighting on the hockey, I think he's been fighting a lot of things in his head, and concentration has probably been very difficult. But, you know, where darts is these days, you know, elite level darts is cutthroat, and, you know, to get to a major final is a massive achievement. And I'm sure Jonny will look back at it in, like you say, in a few days and think, you know what, I've done okay for myself.
That's exactly what I'm sure he'll be thinking. Dylan, really appreciate your time. Dylan Williams there from the Twitter account Darts Cymru. It has just